Over the years, I'm sure you've seen people who are successful in sports or athletics or in the professional world doing whatever, and there's a lot of things that can contribute to that success, but I think one of the big factors that can help determine how successful someone's going to be is basically the question of who wants it most. Desire is something that a lot of people don't have, and it's hard to instill in people if they don't have it. So one place you might see this are the people who miss Thanksgiving dinner with their family. They sleep out on the street overnight, wait in a long line so they can be one of the first people to run into a Walmart and fight for Black Friday stuff. I'm not a fan of that, but again, this just shows you the people that want it most are the ones that are willing to do that. Another area I've seen of this is with car dealerships or radio stations doing contests where they have like 50 or 100 people come in and say whoever ends up kissing the car the longest wins, and they start with a ton of people, and little by little, hours, they start falling off, and then several days later find that there was that last person standing there that was willing to pay the price for it. I think that's kind of messed up, but there's part of me inside that if I had lots of money to give away, I would love to pit people against themselves and see what they do for that. So I can't really blame them, but again, it's the ones that want it most, the ones that accomplish that. If you look around today and see maybe the person who's driving a red Corvette, chances are as a little kid they had a poster of a red Corvette on their wall. Same thing with professional athletes or entertainers or musicians. People that wanted to do that from an early age have a lot more desire and are more likely to go into those fields and try and accomplish those things. This desire applies to anything, but I'm going to talk more about sports and fitness here with some of these examples. But some people obviously have more experience, better genetics. They have, just the odds seem to be in their favor, but sometimes you'll see someone that has more desire upset them. And that's one reason I love March Madness, watching these upsets. You'll see these Cinderella stories of the little guy knocking off a big team that took him for granted and wasn't prepared for him. Some examples of wanting it more are people who are willing to work hard, sacrifice their body, take charges, dive into the crowd, jump on the floor, play physical and hard, not worried about getting scrapes. Those are the people typically that want it most. Here's an example from track and field. This hurdle race, I love this. This guy in the lead, he realizes someone's catching up to him. They're just close to the finish line. He's got to get his chest across the finish line first, so he just does the Superman dive, sacrifices his body, but you got to love that intensity, that desire to win. So you can't just want to win, but you've got to want something enough that you're willing to sacrifice, work hard, overcome the obstacles, be persistent until you get it. Some more examples of wanting it most is when you have the players that are just clutch. They don't mind the pressure on them. When there's a last second situation, they want to be the ones to take that shot. They don't want to relinquish that to any other teammate, but it's like all on them. They want to do it. That's what they call the Mamba mentality. Jordan was someone else who, when he had that look in his eyes, you better watch out. 6 for 6 in finals. If you've seen The Last Dance, that documentary, then you might appreciate this meme. Whenever I work with a new client, I have them fill out a questionnaire and we go over it together. We talk about what their fitness goals are, what they've previously accomplished, any medical history or concerns they might have. And then one of the last things we cover is their motivation level. And I say on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not motivated to 10 super motivated, where are you right now? And it's so interesting because if it's a 7, 8, 9, it's great. They're going to come and put in some effort. If it's 3 or 4, it's like, your spouse signed you up for this, didn't they? You don't want to do this. And it's so much harder if they don't have that motivation. So it really does boil down to who wants it most for accomplishing so many things. If you ever find yourself saying, wouldn't it be cool to be able to do something with, whether it's music or sports or business, whatever, and you think that would be nice, chances are it's not going to happen. Unless you have that burning desire to propel you to fight through the obstacles, the opposition, to have the persistence to overcome, to accomplish your goals, it's not going to happen. Generally speaking, and I know there's exceptions, but typically if there's a group of people and they're trying to accomplish something, it's going to boil down to whoever wants it most. And right now I want to get these red ants off me more than I want to produce a nice YouTube video, so I'm out of here.